Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at hotDOCS in downtown Toronto. I'm here with Dennis Aig. How does it feel to have your film Unbranded here at hotDOCS?
Well, it's great. This is the first time I've been to hotDOCS, but I've heard about this festival for many years, and it's been wonderful. I mean, the staff is incredibly supportive. The audiences are great, and we're just very happy to be here and are very proud to have hotDOCS as our premier venue.
Have you always been passionate about horses?
I can't say I've always been. I grew up in New York City, and when you're there, the only horses you really see are either petting zoos or cops riding them around. I moved to Montana in 1989, and I actually have two small horses that my daughters learned to ride on. And so, yeah, I've been once I became a Western person, I became very passionate about horses.
And the film, the boys in the film are very young; they're in their 20s, but the production team has a big range of who is involved in the making of it. So ranging from their 20s to their 60s, as you were saying before we were rolling. So tell me a little bit about how that age range influenced the end result of the film.
I think there was a lot of experience and a lot of energy in that age range. So the age range was from the mid-20s for the riders, all the way up into the 60s, which is me, and then Cindy Meal, who is our executive producer, is probably best known for Buck, who's a little younger than me, and so you sort of had this family that was created on the film. We actually write about it in the book that came out about the ride, and I think it worked very well. So it allowed for a lot of very open discussions, a lot of blending of experience and innovation, and I think that contributed greatly to the final film.
And when you were approached with this idea of these young guys riding their wild horses from Mexico to Canada, what was your initial reaction to that?
Well, actually, Phil, the director, Phil Baraboo, and I actually were talking about that this morning. And it really took me 5 minutes to decide that I wanted to do it. So the ride was about to get underway, and Phil called me up. And Phil had been my student because I also had the film school at Montana State. And he said, you know, I'm involved with these guys from Texas, and they're going to do this ride from the Mexican border to the Canadian border on Mustangs. And he said, you know, I can direct it and I can shoot it, but we really need a producer to come in and give us some organization. And really, it took me 5 minutes. I didn't even have to think about it. The only thing I said was, you know, Phil, I can't really be out in the backcountry for 5 months, you know, away from everything. And he said, you don't have to worry about it because we have permits from the government and they won't let that many people go out. And one of the amazing things about this film is that basically we never had more than 2 film people in the field at any one time. And it looks like it was shot by a very large crew. I've worked on those kinds of crews, and usually you have like 10 people shooting this kind of thing. And it was really Phil, sometimes Phil and Corey Kaczmarek, and we had some day shooters who were very good too. So anyway, so it took me a very brief time. To me, it was kind of an epic American journey. You know, I had shades of Lonesome Dove, and except without the cattle. And yeah, and I just thought it was very exciting. And I think I was right. I was not disappointed.
And did you know, the term Mustang is not a breed, it's a term for the general wild horses. Were you aware of that distinction beforehand?
Not really. I think for a lot of us, Ben and Cindy were probably the 2 people who knew the most about horses going into this. Johnny actually was probably the most experienced horse trainer. But for the film crew, we all had a big learning experience on this film about horses. And so it was very interesting to see how, as we got closer to the subject, our opinions would change, the ideas would change. So I think part of that idea of gathering knowledge comes through in the film. And that's part of what we want to impart to the viewers. Our goal here is not so much to tell everybody, you know, what should be done about the Mustangs, but to let them experience what the problem is and also what is at stake in terms of the environment, in terms of humanely treating the horses, and then let other people who are more expert than we are make those decisions, as we call them, the difficult decisions on what to do about the situation.
And where's the best place for us to find out more information on the film online?
Well, we have a website, unbrandedthefilm.com. We have a Facebook page. There's a blog. We have an Instagram. So we are very much, and we have a Twitter feed. So we are very much into social media, and that would be probably the best place because the situation with the film and the Mustangs changes daily.
Well, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at hotDOCS in downtown Toronto.